So what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you the Sonic system. A lot of you have asked a lot of questions about the Sonic system. I'm going to show you a little bit about the back end and answer your questions, since this is very popular, especially those of you who are trying to get a funded account or using like Apex or any other type of funding account, or even your own accounts. I'll give you a little bit of an understanding of what the Sonic system can do. But I also want to share with you a forecast for next year, what is going to occur, and how we can take advantage of some of the moves. Now, if you do send me questions, just be patient, because there's a lot of people here in both, so I have two platforms running at the same time. I just have to look at the questions simultaneously, so just be patient. If you do send me a question or a comment, I'll get to it as soon as I can. I'll keep an eye on the chat room, okay? That chat box there. All right, so the first thing I usually ask when I have traders come to our live webinars is the experience that some of you may or may not have, because I don't want to go and do a presentation where the entire room is just beginners, where they may not understand, or it may be too technical for them. So if anyone can just tell me a little bit on your experience, if you're a absolute beginner, if you've been traded for a little bit, if you have some experience, the markets that you've traded, and that way I can gear the type of presentation based on the people in the room, the traders in the room, and I won't be either going too slow or too fast. So that'd be a good way to start. The other thing is I like to use NinjaTrader, the software, whether it be the Sonic or the Atlas line or the Trade Scalper. It's all available for TradingView as well. So if you're using NinjaTrader, fantastic. I like and I prefer NinjaTrader. It's a charting platform I've been using for over 15, 20 years now, and I'm really good at the shortcuts. So I like NinjaTrader. I like the way the trades are placed, but there are a lot of people who have asked for TradingView, and therefore all the software is available for TradingView. If you have a Mac, if you like to travel, if you're a web-based trader as opposed to the PC, which NinjaTrader is primarily, TradingView is available. Yes, the Sonic as well is available for TradingView. All right, Gary. So what we're looking at here is intermediate trader. Okay, thanks, Peter. New trader, a couple of beginners, advanced. Okay, we have a lot of advanced traders. Okay, so we have a nice mix here in the room. So what we're looking here is a type of system that's based on price action. So the Sonic system uses a strategy of moving as a breakout, and also taking into consideration if we have any strength or pullback, where has the price been previously to the signals. There's a little bit more involved. The most important thing about the Sonic system is that it doesn't use, as part of any type of calculation, momentum. It doesn't use MACDs. It doesn't use crossovers. It doesn't use anything. So right now we have a signal here, right here. And if you look here at the back end of the system, how it works, and what's included here at the back end, we have here a few options that we can configure. So if you're looking at the target, we're using an ATR, the average true range of 4, for the target. So we're using the targets based on the current price points and the conditions that exist. If the market is slow, or if the market is fast, it's still an ATR of 4. Now, some traders like to change this. I've always used a setting of 4. The filter here is this line that you see here. And basically what this is indicating is that if there's any trades above that are occurring above this 65 period line, you will only see long signals and long trades. If it's below, you'll only see short trades. So it's an extra filter that allows you to stay on the right side of a longer term trend. We don't really want to fight the trend. So a lot of people want to fight a trend. So if the market's going up, we're trying to sell it. So in this case, with the Sonic system, it's not that type of a system. We're trying to understand that there's a healthy, strong trend, and we want to stay on the right side of that. The stop loss here and the profit target. So if you're thinking about what this means, this is based on this box that you see here. It's 5 ticks right now I have it set below the box. I wouldn't put it more than 5 ticks below the box. That's all it's indicating. If you want to make it a little bit smaller, let's say you want to make it 2 ticks below that shaded box, you could. So I'm just going to click apply. It takes a second or two for it to update, and you see that this is much closer. And so I always like to have a little bit of breathing room as a trader, and so here we're going to use a setting of 5 ticks below that box that you see there. The other setting that I think is really important is the take profit as a multiplier of the average true range. Now I say that because when we are day traders, we don't want to really enter and exit where we're only taking a tick or two, and we also don't want to hold on to a position for an hour hoping for, let's say, 40 points. So what we're using is a multiplier of the average true range, the ATR. So if I set this here to 1 times the ATR, so whatever the ATR happens to be, that's going to be the profit target. Now this here, because it's so important, a lot of traders focus on whether or not they want a larger profit target for each trade or a smaller profit target. So if you're a scalper, you can actually put this to half the ATR, and every target that you see will be smaller. There's a good chance that you'll get filled quicker. You get in, you get out, and you're looking for the next trade. But these are smaller targets, obviously, because they're half the ATR. So for those of you who are a little bit more technical and have an understanding, intermediate traders, the advanced traders, basically what this is saying is that whatever the average true range happens to be, the ATR happens to be, we're taking that as a multiplier. So if you wanted a larger profit target, let's say you wanted 3 times the ATR, which I have a lot of traders using, this basically means that we're looking for a much larger target, and it takes a little bit longer for it to be hit or achieve. So you can see here, this most recent trade here, finally it hit. And now there's a new trade, and this is 3 times the ATR. Now what's reasonable? What can we expect? What's normal? So in a condition as we had today where there's a lot of chop and the market's a little bit on the slower side, I think either using 1 times the ATR or even a little bit smaller, let's say you're using 90% of the ATR, I think that would be a reasonable way to approach a day like today. When the volatility is high, when the ATR is showing you that the candles are large, you can then increase it maybe 1.5 or 2 times the ATR. I think that's reasonable. Under normal conditions, we're going to use 1 times the ATR as the default. So I want to make sure everyone understands that. Anyone have any questions on that? Gary, Jonah, Zoe, Joe 1, Joe 2, Zach, guest 1, guest 2, Anna, Annabelle, Peter, okay? All right, now we're looking at the type of conditions that exist. If we have a lot of choppiness and back and forth, usually I say after 2 consecutive trades that have been, let's say, losing trades, stop trading, give it about half hour, an hour for things to change. Maybe there's a news event that's upcoming, and then you could re-enter into the market. So usually I give it about 2 losing trades. If that happens, what I've seen instead is a grouping or a multiple of trades that happen back to back in your favor. And after you have, let's say, 2, 3, 4, 5 winning trades, at that point I always recommend stopping and actually shutting down your computer, because you should be up for the day. So in a situation like this where you see here that every single trade here is a short position, a short trade, this was just this afternoon. I haven't even looked at the afternoon market. Usually I like to trade in the morning, and I was really busy this afternoon, so I didn't even really take a look at this. But you can see that every single trade here is a short signal, and the targets are in green here, and the red is the stops. That's where it happens to be 5 ticks. That's what I have it set to, 5 ticks above the box for the stop. So I want to make sure everyone is okay with understanding what you're seeing here. We're going to switch gears for a little bit with the time that we have. I want to give you a little bit of a forecast, what's going to occur for next year. For those of you who are interested in the Sonic system, please visit daytradetowin.com. The promotional code is Cyber20 to get 20% off. So if you're interested in any of our programs, use the code Cyber20. Want to learn more? Visit daytradetowin.com and get started with a free member account, which includes access to our trials, including the ABC software. Start learning the right way by using price action and avoid using conventional indicators. We offer unique strategies and proprietary software, including the Sonic system. Join Accelerated Mentorship and get instant access to all our software. Let's get you set up in the next training.